What is up, everybody? It's your girl J Nell here with my UFC 155 recap video. Kind of like, let's get into it. I got 3 out of 5, so okay. First up, I got Derek Brunson, his UFC debut. He won against Chris Lieben. Good for him. Next up, I got Yushin Okami. He beat Alan Belcher. I believe the strength of Yushin definitely played a role in this fight. Next up, Tim Boetsch versus Costa Philippou. I lost this one. I picked it for Tim. Costa won. However, a lot of things went against Tim in this fight. It was just kind of tough luck. There was a headbutt that opened up a cut right over his eye. Blood running into his eye, plus the eye started to swell shut by the end of the fight from a headbutt. Sucks. Next, there were accidental thumb to the eye, fingers to the eye to Tim. Then it looks like Tim broke his hand. After the first round, he went to his corner. You actually heard his corner say, "I know it hurts. Just move through the pain and just take him down immediately." And when he started to throw that right hand, it seemed like something was definitely wrong. Somebody let me know, did Tim break his hand, injure his hand, any kind of injury during the fight? Because I believe that he did. Someone confirm that. Please let me know what information you have. So yeah. So things went against him in this fight that were of none of his control or Costa's. These were accidents. And to that I say, it bees like that sometimes, yo. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. You can't blame a loss on an accidental injury or something that's out of your control. You can't complain about it. You just come back and win. It just sucks that he's losing. He lost the fight, and he might have some rehab time because I believe he was injured. So we'll see. And good for Costa because he got bumped up to that fight. And he won. So I know he's like, hey. All right. Next up, fight of the night. Jim Miller versus Joe Lauzon. And this was one of the best fights of the year. Let's get into it. These are very evenly matched men. In fact, if I could have called a draw, I would have. I called it for Jim Miller, and I got it. He came out in the first round and rocked Joe. Oh, my gosh. For the whole 5 minutes. A regular man wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes. He came out with hard inside leg kicks that you heard him land on Joe. Dirty boxing. He would hold the back of Joe's head and elbow him to the face with the other hand from one end of the octagon all the way to the other. Moving, traveling elbows, uppercutting with elbows. He was on him. There was no feeling out period, trying to see what you... No. Jim was like, Joe, you're too good. I'm not going to give you a chance to get to know me. I'm on you. And he was on him. The best round I've ever seen Jim Miller turn in. I couldn't believe he came out that aggressive. He opened up like an inch-long gash on Joe, right here on the inside, right over the eye. Gash, blood dripping down his face from round 1. But he survived. Joe is one tough son of a gun. Second round, more of the same. Towards the end of the second round, though, Joe's got his second win, and Jim had to start conserving his energy because he knew, I'm not just going to put Joe out. Let me calculate and stop just going off. But third round was kind of even. You may even be able to argue that Joe won that round. He began taking Jim down to the ground and pound, to the point where there was one moment where the ref was right there getting ready to stop it. I mean, he really came back in that third round, but it was kind of too little too late. In the last minute of the last round, a little less than a minute, he goes for a submission attempt that was just beautiful. He jumps on the leg of Jim Miller. They're standing. Jumps on the leg of Jim Miller with both of his legs, spins, takes Jim Miller down, and is in a heel hook. It was beautiful. That's one thing I like about Joe. He takes unexpected risks. That's why most of his wins are by submission, because you just don't know what he's gonna do, man. And he almost gets it. But Jim has he's very well versed in submissions he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was able to keep his cool and get out of it. As soon as he got out of it, Joe was on him in a guillotine. Too little, too late. Jim survived. Who do you want to see Jim Miller fight next? That's what I want to know. He's a lightweight, and that division is stacked. Anthony Pettis is about to fight Cerrone. Should he get the winner out of that? Should he get Benson? I don't know. Gray Maynard, I believe, was supposed to fight one of them. I don't know. You let me know. Who should Jim fight next? Who should Joe fight next? Okay, main event. As you know, Junior Dos Santos lost his belts. He got his ass whooped for 5 rounds. He survived, though, and I didn't think he would. I didn't think he would make it past the second round. Let's get into this. We all know about Cain's wrestling and his strength and his mechanics. He's so skilled. This is a skilled heavyweight. He won the stand-up game in the first round. He landed 2 rights that just took Junior's life bar down like 3/4. Meow, meow. Junior was gassed at the end of the first round. The dirty boxing was superb. Constantly leaning on him. There was never any space between him and Junior. Junior was able to defend the takedown pretty well in the first, but after that, nothing. After the first round, Junior got up and stumbled. I didn't think he was going to make it past the second, but he did. He had been on the ground for a total of 13 seconds in his entire career. Cain took him down at will. He got a second one in the third round and actually turned in a better round, but Cain still won. That dirty boxing was excellent. There was never any space between him and Junior. He smothers you with offense. He's incredible. I already liked Cain, but he was impressive. So was Junior. He made it. He got his third win. You can even argue that he won the 5th round. He started landing body shots, 2 strong elbows to the face that Cain just ate. Cain just ate him and kept going. Cain definitely was showing that he was tired in that 5th round. And like I said, Junior probably won the 5th round. Too little too late. I believe that he will be a much better fighter after this loss. It's the UFC. In MMA period, or most combat sports, unless you duck people, it's very hard to stay undefeated. So it's just the way the cookie crumbles. He will become a much better fighter. And what Cain said after was great. Joe Rogan goes, how do you feel about getting your belt back? And he says, oh, I feel good, but I have to keep improving because Junior Dos Santos will be back and he'll be better. He celebrated the victory for like 2 seconds. So that was awesome. So who do you want to see Cain fight next? Daniel Cormier, I believe, has a fight coming up. Alistair Overeem is fighting Bigfoot Silva. A lot of people think that if he wins, he'll get Cain. Who do you think should get Cain? Ladies, make your own money, sign your own checks. Goodbye, everybody.